So I hope you had a productive morning. We're back now for our 3G Plus Diversity Luncheon. So more on the diversity topic today. It was a lively discussion this morning. I really appreciated the different perspectives that we had around the diversity topic. It's not always easy to have these talks in a big forum, given all the diversity we have with 563 members from 81 countries. But we appreciate that we can have this dialogue in an open way. That's why we're here at the IAF, to be able to have and bring different perspectives together. So, as you know, and it was mentioned a little bit earlier today, we did a big survey regarding diversity. So we have the results of that first year survey. We're going to be able to show some of that. And we've got another survey now gearing up for the second year. And so I'm going to ask Michelle to come back up and talk to us again about where we are in the survey from the perspective of the Diversity Committee. Michelle?
As always, I have to adjust this because he's much taller than I am. So we actually rolled out the survey last year. We had a great participation. So we unveiled it, I think it was at the IAC or before the IAC. Yeah, before the IAC. Then at the IAC, we kind of drove it and tried to showcase everything. The good news is we got 84 participants, 76 of which are IAF members, 8 of which are non-IAF members. So the majority obviously are IAF members that participated, so it looks pretty good. Now, my call to all of you is that this is good, it's a good start, but I encourage every organization that's here to call on the people that are the points of contact in your organizations to make sure that you participate in this new round of the survey, so that we can move this forward. So with that, we had 33 countries that participated in the survey. Now, some of the numbers, obviously there is a high number of European members of the IAF, so this looks like, Europe did more than everyone else, but if you look relatively in Africa, we actually had pretty high participation relative to the IAF members. So these are really good numbers. Our goal obviously is to increase them. And then when we look at the types of organizations that participated, the majority were the associations and professional societies, also the space industries coming in at second. But also, once again, if you look at relative space industries relative to the number of space industry members, it's still small. So I encourage you to tell your organizations to please participate. When we looked at gender, for the first round, we didn't have a lot of granularity. So in the next round, there is going to be a higher discretization of the data. So, but we wanted, as I mentioned earlier in the panel, we wanted to come out with something simpler and then get it more and more high fidelity later on. So when we looked at gender in overall organization, we have 54% that were between 40 to 60%. Obviously, most likely not in the 60%, but usually you'll see that you have higher numbers in the overall organization, and then once you dig deeper into the organization in executive roles, technical roles, the numbers start to go down. And now with the new rollout, we're not going to have it at this large percentage. So you'll see it at the end. I'll show you the QR code for that. Then we looked at generation. What are organizations doing for people early career, as well as people who are changing careers, as well as young professionals? What are they doing for them? Do they have a career path program? The good news is majority they do. We looked at career-long professional education. Obviously, a lot of them had that, which is 61%. So they're on the right track. Do they have outreach activities? 76% do. So this is great. Then we looked at accessibility. And so digitally inclusive accessibility, what we mean here, do you have information about diversity for your organization that is accessible to everyone? And that one was a little bit confusing for some, so we're clarifying that in the new round. But then, do you have access to do people with alternative abilities have access? The majority do. And then do you have cultural awareness and diversity training within your organization? So they're looking pretty good in that respect. So what are we doing now? After we rolled this out, we got the feedback, we sat down in the committee, we started to look at how can we make this even more robust in the next round. And so this is what we have. I encourage each of you to please feel free to scan this QR code and participate. Encourage your organizations to participate. This one they're quick questions, but as I mentioned, a lot more detail, and we have KPIs, which is what is your commitment to, and you specify the area in which you want to improve on. Is it gender? Is it generation? Is it geography? Whatever it is, you can specify it, and then you commit to a KPI for the next 3 years. So that's basically what we're doing to encourage diversity and inclusivity at the IAF, and I hope next year, which I guess I will not be presenting this next year, right? So, well, hopefully by the end of this year, and whoever's going to be participating for a spring meeting next year will have higher numbers than this year of participation. Thank you so much. I'll go next. Okay.
Well, this was actually the formal part of this lunch. We didn't want to have this too long. I would like to thank very much Michal and the committee for putting this together. Also my team who has supported it, Constance, Lena, and others, to put this together. And a big thanks to all the member organizations who have taken this up, really very positively answered. And we were very happy to provide to all those who have participated this IEF Diversity Supporter logo, which, if you are allowed to, you can proudly put on your website. Please, you find the QR code also on the tables here. We look forward to getting your feedback and your inputs for the next round. And with this, I would like to close the official and formal part of this luncheon. And please enjoy the food, the networking, and get ready for the afternoon sessions. Thank you very much.